Yeah, so Dub is a really kind of innovative app where you can come on, similar to Robinhood, you create a brokerage account, and the difference that we have versus like a Robinhood or a typical trading app is you're not just trading stocks. What you're doing is you're looking through the portfolios of other people, and you're making a decision to copy those portfolios, those strategies. Yeah. So I had great advice from somebody I worked with at my previous company. She said, when you start taking too many support tickets, hire an internal manager that has done this before, and then immediately think about going an outsourced route. And she was like, picking that's going to be difficult, but we'll deal with that when we get to that corner. So I was lucky. I found a really talented customer support manager. Her name's Deanna. She came from Robinhood, and we're a retail brokerage. Robinhood's a retail brokerage. So ultimately, she had a lot of experience. And the first thing she said was, hey, I worked with this great team called Concentrix. I even went to the Philippines a few times and worked with our agents, and they're awesome. I would love to reach out to them and figure out if they would even entertain taking us. And this is why I was like, I don't know. I think we're too small. Like these are big international firms. Like, are we big enough? But ultimately, what it boiled down to was we could have tried to cobble together some, overseas agents, but there was too many regulatory hurdles for us to do this because our subsidiaries are like a broker dealer, FINRA member, and a registered investment advisor, overseen by the SEC. So we have all these rules and regulations and security requirements for user information that we couldn't shortcut. We couldn't let just kind of like chance happen. So we overinvested in finding an enterprise level partner early in our existence and made a strategic decision to do that. And yeah, support was what we needed. And we figured if you could do it for Robinhood, you could do it for us. We were hitting 1,200, 1,500 tickets a week. I just onboarded Deanna, and we're just like, we need scalability and flexibility. So we thought, well, what if I, got some intern to do this for $20 an hour or $30 an hour in New York? They could sit next to me, but then, think about this. You need to get a computer. You need to onboard them. You need to train them. There's many, many steps in scaling a system like this. And we were doing it. We were executing. And one thing that we thought was like, how do we outsource scalability itself? And that's what Concentrix was. Like you all had reps and experience and professional services that enabled us to build really good systems that we just didn't have. We didn't have built, right? So, I think you and we talked, like, you probably need a QA person and you need a team leader. And I was like, I just need 3 agents. I can team lead in quality assurance. And you're like, no, that's not scalable. And sure enough, it wasn't scalable. And you solved a lot of problems because of your knowledge and experience. I thought it was going to be this daunting, impossible task at day one. But honestly, like, it was almost like too good. It was like a whole bunch of like a team assembled. We had the IT guy. We had even before we get there, you and the solutions architects were helping us figure out what country do we want to have support? What's our budget? What's our growth and scalability? What do we need from a business and strategic standpoint? And it was very white glove. You did a great job with us. Even like the negotiations of how much this is going to cost and the terms, again, like way less than what I expected it to be for the level of service that we got, in hindsight. Secondarily, the onboarding process, like we had somebody helping from the training and quality assurance to say, hey, let's help collaborate on how we build our QAs processes. Let's collaborate on how we build our training processes and decks and systems and timelines. And, the IT team helped us make sure that like there was high levels of security and levels of enterprise risk mitigation happening on day one, which I would have never known to do if we were just doing this kind of piecemeal by ourselves. So ultimately, it took us about a month to close the deal, a month to get onboarding like essentially onboard started, and then 2 weeks to onboard the agents, and then we're in production. So, and this was happening over Christmas and you're in the holiday season, and your team was like, we're in, we'll do this. So we sprinted right through the holidays, and by mid-January, we signed the deal, I think the 1st of December, and launched midway through January in production. And now we're sitting with a 4.7 in the App Store, with most of the comments being like impeccable support. Like for a new app, the one thing I have to say is if your app is going to be a little bit buggy, you have to invest in the support side, because you could turn really unhappy situations into very, very happy situations. And knowing, especially in finance, knowing that like there's a trusted human on the other side of it has done wonders for our brand reputation and our general placement in people's mind when it comes to, is this an app that I trust and want to put tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars behind? Yeah, I would say they have experience that you may or may not have. And in my case, I never ran the support function in the past. And as COO, not having that was hard, but they made it easy because they were able to help me get through those hurdles of best practices. Secondarily, don't be intimidated by the cost. I will say this over and over again. The amount we invest in the Concentrix contract is pennies on the dollar compared to the brand trust and reputation it builds by having well-trained, well-performing humans that care as much as we do about the product's outcome. And that's the big one. Like I was scared I was going to walk away from this all because I'm like, oh, I don't know if we can afford this, but like it is table stakes to get right if you're a financial app specifically. Definitely invest.